So let's welcome Deepak on stage.
Thank you everyone to give me a first chance to present my chapter. Today I discuss on chapter 14, that is Relax for Easy Power, is written by Norm Vincent Peale. As we know that every morning after breakfast, we go into the living room for a period of a quietness. One of us reads aloud some inspiration piece to get us into the mood of meditation. Then we sit quietly, each praying or then we sit quietly, each praying or meditating according to individual moods. Then we affirm that God is filling us with a strength and energy. This is 15 minutes ritual and we never miss it. Now I I agree to describe the relation of formula which I want to apply you. First, collapse physically. That means practice this several times during a day. Let go every muscle in the body. Second, to drain the mind several times every day. All resettlements, disappointment, frustration are all gone. Third, at least 3 times a day, turn your mind to God. Everyone, as we know that Dale Carney used to leave a office when stressed to a nearest church and spend 50 minutes in prayerful meditation. When meeting hostile group, breathe deeping, talk quietly, speak sincerely, be friendly and respectful, hold temper. For example, uh, in a book I read, we know that every night in the United States, more than 6 million sleeping tablets are required to put the American people to sleep. But I am not know this is true, yeah, but I am read in this book 10 rules by you can relax and have a easy power. First, you are carrying the world on your shoulder. Do not strain so hard. Second, determine to like your work, then it will be a pleasure. You do not have to change your fact, change yourself, and the work will be become more easier. Third, plan your work. Never never start your work without plan. Be always in plan work. Do not try to do everything at once. I also want to take this point very important because everybody take the so much work in all this manner and do everything, but I told that you 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 do one thing at a one time. Get a correct mental attitude. If you think it is hard, you make it hard. Think it is easy, it become easy. Suppose in your mind you think this work will hard, you get a as a hard work. You always think as a easy, you get a easy work. Do not take a this work with I cannot do, this word do by the any person. No, you do it by your positive thought, by your positive affirmation. Fifth, let correct mental attitude. If you think because the efficient in your work, practice being a relaxed, discipline yourself, keep work up to schedule. Always remember that do not do any work without the timetable. You always work with the schedule. This time is on date, this time is on date. But this way your work will be easy because you you cannot do the work without your schedule. You get confused. Practice being relaxed. At Pray about your work. Always pray your work. At last but not least, take a God as a partner in your work. He will take off the load from you. Do not feel I alone in the world. If you feel the I alone in the world, you cannot you feel that. So I told that too. You are feel alone. You take as a God as a partner. You always spend time to God with, and also to conversation to God with you. Do not tell the other person, because when you feel, suppose you feel with the comfortable to God, you, yes, you can conversation with God. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good work, Deepak. And I would like to ask Dilip Sharma. Dilip Sharma, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Pallavi, thank you, Pallavi.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome,
Hello.
Dilip. What is the most important thing you have learned from Deepak Raj's speech?
That never think that you cannot do any work. So you should not discourage yourself, and always be positive, and do always hard work, whatever you want to achieve in your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Dilip. And Shakti Ashutosh is making note of timing.
Dilip is making note of timing. Dilip Ray.
Dilip Ray, are you here?
Now you have joined. Dilip.
Dilip Ray, are you here?
Ashutosh,
Meanwhile, Ashutosh,
if you have
you can make the note of timing. If he is,
Okay.
I think he is not here. So,
Okay,
so
I will
now
do
let's
that.
call, yeah, thanks Ashutosh. So now it's time for a second presenter, who is Ridhima, and we are excited to hear from you, Ridhima. Please welcome Ridhima on stage.
Thank you so much, everyone, and good evening. I'm a little bit confused. Let's start with it. Actually, when I started, I'm audible for everyone.
I can hear you.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. When I started reading this book, actually, I was not aware about it, and I started whole book to reading, and read few chapters, and after that, I conveyed this message to Ashutosh, and he said, "No, you have to read only that chapter." And yesterday, I started that reading, and what is the central idea and summarization, and what is takeaways from that chapter? So, whole book is based on belief on God and your conscious mind and subconscious mind, and battling your physical and mental status. How we are physically, if we are feeling, mentally we are ill. So sometime, maximum time, majority time, if you are feeling I'm tired and I'm ill, next day you'll get fever and all. So this is all the central idea of this book. Actually, physical condition, how physical condition is correlating to your mental condition. Whenever, if you are going to meet somebody, if you are meeting some an arrogant person or any negative person, that's automatically impacted on your health or your mental standard, because that person is already negative. So sometimes that negative rays come to you, and that negative impact on you as well. So here are few points I noted down. So whenever it's also impact your professional life. When we are not feeling good, that's impact our professional life. So whenever we have to start anything, if we are starting, we have to start with courage. We have to start with positive mindset. We have to believe in God. And here are few stories. There are so many stories, but yes, I remember two stories which I want to convey to you. Actually, one person, that's name was as one boy from Israel, and he went to study for USA in 1967. And suddenly one day he received a phone call or letter from his mom. His dad is not well. He got a heart attack. And suddenly he thought maybe, because that time phone calls was very hard to communicate with people, and for letters it took 9 to 10 days to receive from here to there. So he went to the church, and that same thing he conveyed to the father. And father said, okay, fine, do one thing, start praying for him. And a negative thought came in that boy mind. Maybe after 10 days, if whenever I'll receive the letter, maybe my father, maybe he'll die or not, maybe die. But from that day, he started praying for that. And after 10 days, he got a received letter from his mother, because there was a strong belief on God. So she write that his father is good and now he's out of danger. He was very happy and ran to the church and same message conveyed to the father. So father asked to when your father started feeling relief and he is out of danger. He said Thursday night. And when you started praying, he said Thursday night. That's mean whenever if you have a positive thing, and whenever if you are sending good vibes to God, to supernatural power, that will also anyhow help in our normal life. Same, the second story was there. One salesman was in USA. He was doing very good job, and after a few years, he's lacking in daily work. So his boss called in, and he was not able to describe how he's lacking and all. So that time, a person went for for treatment. His boss said, because I don't lose this person, and he is a very good salesman, one of the best in my company, and it will impact my revenue also. So he went to the psychiatrist, and after that, psychiatrist recommended to the church father. And father asked, he was not able to describe anything. Then father said, if you will not describe me what happening with you, your boss will going to fire you. Then person, there are many things come automatically in his mind, like fear, losing the job, and there are few more things that impacted on his mind. And he conveyed to his father, because a few things going, so that's why I'm not able to do my work properly. So father loudly said to God, okay, God, please forgive me for this scene, whatever I did with my colleague and all. And suddenly what happened, that guy was crying and burst with the tear, and he accepted this thing. And after that, he next day he joined the office, and he was able to deliver all his work on a proper manner. So whenever, if we are thinking positive,
Wrap up.
that will
Just don't close it. Very
okay,
much.
fine. So here is the implementation is my life. If negative thinking goes in your mind, that will also impact your professional and personal life. And the second one is, if you are feeling stress, go for the walk, do some meditation, or if you are going for walk in wood, you will feel nature and also God. So this all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nilima. Sorry. Thank you, Ridhima. My bad. So yeah, Ridhima, and you are already inspiring by sharing your goals, that you are already doing exercise, you are walking, you are doing meditation, and so group is already inspired by you. And I would like to ask Prakash. Prakash, are you here?
It is connecting. It was
Okay. Then I guess he's having some net issues. Okay. So now let's invite our next speaker. who is Ashutosh. And now Dilip Ray is making note of timing, or should I make the note of
Dilip,
timing?
are you making note of timing? Dilip Ray? Dilip, are you making note of timing? Hi, Nilesh.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah,
Ajay.
yeah,
Hi, all.
yes.
Hi.
Okay,
He is
okay.
making note of
Thanks,
timing.
Dilip.
Ashutosh, go ahead. Sorry, Pallavi, go ahead.
Okay,
Ashutosh, go ahead, please. Let's welcome Ashutosh on stage.
thank you. So before I am going to start my speech, I would like to ask a question from Jack. Jack, a few weeks back, you have suggested us to start positive affirmations every day for 5 minutes. So may I know why why you started doing these positive affirmations, and what benefited you get it from doing this positive affirmations every day?
I did it because I read a chapter and it told me to. And I kind of have a scientific mindset. So if somebody recommends something, I'll try it. And then I'll see how it goes. And secondly, what has happened is I've been more prepared for work meetings specifically. I've been better, I think, with my family life as well, more patient with my family. But I really did very well in a sales presentation when I sat there and visualized and had positive affirmations.
Okay, this is what I also started in my day-to-day life. I have added it in my goals because this chapter is all about your positive thinking. Like a peaceful mind generates power. So I will start with one quote. If you control the mind, it will work as a friend. If mind controls you, it will work as an enemy. So from this chapter, author wants to say like peaceful mind generates power. So whenever you are going to do something, or whenever this positive affirmation we are doing on a daily basis, so that impact on your day-to-day activities. So positive affirmations always allow and boost your energy level. Day by day you will improve yourself. Like when I have started to do this positive affirmations every day, what I feel, like whatever I think on last day, I will give my 200% to complete that task. I think about myself. So full day I was very much positive. Recently I went to to close one meeting. So there I thought about I am a very small guy, like I am working in a junior level and I have to talk with a very senior person of that company. So how could I face him, because this is the first time I'm going to face a vice president of any company. So it's very hard for me to face him. So what I do every day, from 3 days I started listening positive thoughts. I change my mind. I just make myself very positive. And trust me, when I went to do a meeting with them, I really nailed it. Because this positive affirmations always gives you to do your 200%. That is what I feel. And I want everyone to do the same on a regular basis. Like we are sending our goals, so add it and do it on a regular basis. So my takeaway from this chapter is author suggests two techniques to make your mind peaceful. First one was positive words. Positive words always gives you a right path to do that work. Because if you are in touch with negative person, or if you are going to do something which you have not done, likewise I am not doing running from last 5 to 6 years, but when I have joined this group, I have seen Ajay goals. I started doing this on a regular basis after 5 years to start a running. And right now I'm do running like up to 4 and 5 kilometers per day I can do. So that is all about the positive affirmations that boost my energy. Second one was practice for silence. Silence is something which which is very much required in our day-to-day activities, because whenever our schedule is very much hectic, we are not getting a time to think about ourselves or our perspective, right? What are the things I'm going to do it. So when the mind is empty, like for 5 minutes or 10 minutes every day I practice for silence, and when my mind is empty, so something is there to bound inside my mind. The mind cannot run long vacuum for a very long time, so you can't do with your empty mind somewhere. So to prevent that, you have to fill with your positive thoughts that gives you
Ashutosh, your
energy,
time is over.
and that will help you to boost your work. So, and my takeaways from this chapter, and I am going to implement it one thing, because I have already completed this book. So what I do, whenever I complete one chapter, I start writing my thoughts. I start writing my takeaways from this book of every chapter, and I am using it, because the thoughts which you keep around you, that makes you so happier, and healthy thoughts always help you to boost your energy. Thank you so much.
Good job, Ashutosh. In fact, the last week I have presented the same chapter, but I just love the way you have started and you have shared your perspectives or your learning and takeaway from the same chapter. It was too good, and I guess everybody is motivated, and yeah, peaceful mind is something we all need.
Yes.
So now I will invite our next presenter, who is Zach. Let's welcome Zach on stage. Welcome, Zach.
What could you accomplish with boundless energy? I sometimes put that question to myself. I have a lot of very lofty goals, and it's challenging to try and accomplish all the things that I want to do in this amazing life that we have here. This chapter describes to us how we can get boundless energy. It's not something that's intuitive, at least in my mind. Maybe it's because I'm a Westerner. It's very practical, though. There's 3 things that you should do to get boundless energy. Number 1, make sure that you're resting and taking breaks when you need to. This is something that's a challenge for me. I want to fill my schedule completely full and then move on to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. That's not the way to get boundless energy. Benjamin Franklin, a great inventor, he used to, when he had a big problem, he used to lay down in this old couch and take sometimes a 5-hour nap. But then when he got up, he was ready to work and he had boundless energy. And the man created the light bulb. So I would probably take stock in any kind of habit that he has. So number 1 is to rest and take breaks. Number 2 is to be enthralled. Be extremely interested in what's going on. Now, this is also something that doesn't come naturally to me. It's not intuitive. Like I said, sometimes I'll pack my schedule full of things and all I can think about is the next thing that's coming up. And instead of actually being present and being enthralled in what's actually going on right now. There was a salesman who gave 7 presentations in a day. I sometimes give 1 or 2 hour presentations in a day, and I am beat. It takes everything out of me. He was doing 7 presentations a day. And at the end of the day, he had complete energy. It was almost as if he had more energy than when he had started. And someone asked him, how are you so energetic? How do you have all of this boundless energy? And he said, I believe in everything that I said. I am enthralled in everything that I said. So number 2 is be enthralled. Rest, take breaks, be enthralled. Number 3, if you want boundless energy, is don't go too fast. You have to get in the rhythm of life. Things will fall your way. You can't necessarily force them. There's a great analogy of the difference between an old clock, one that has this big long pendulum, versus a modern clock, like one that's on our computer, and it's just, it seems as though in modern times we are thinking in terms of those modern clocks. We want to do things extremely fast. It's almost as if we don't have time. We just need to get to the next thing, get to the next thing, get to the next thing. So make sure that you're not going too fast. Make sure that you have that analogy in your mind of being in tune with the one, the God, the universe, and doing what that big grandfather clock does, instead of trying to just go extremely fast in a way that is not natural. If you want to have boundless energy, do these 3 things. I am going to be doing these 3 things as well. So the next time I am extremely tired, extremely fed up with a problem, instead of going at it harder for longer, I'm going to take a rest, whether that be a nap for 20 minutes, whether it be a walk outside to maybe take my shoes off and kind of ground a little bit. I'm going to be doing that. Number 2, anytime I see myself not being enthralled in what's going on, I'm going to realize that is not going to give me more energy. That's not going to make things better for me. So I'm going to be enthralled. And number 3, I'm going to make the realization that sometimes I do try and go too fast, and I'm going to try to slow down. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. And I would like to ask Hira. Hira, what is he suggested 3 things: that rest, be enthralled, and don't go too far. So what is the thing you are going to follow?
All 3 things.
Great.
Loved it.
Yeah. So now let me invite our next presenter, who is Shakti. So let's welcome Shakti on stage. Welcome, Shakti.
Good evening, everyone. My today's chapter name is How to Create Your Own Happiness. If you ask any child what makes them happy, if you ask any child what makes them happy, after listening their answer, their silly answer, their logic, you will start laughing. You will feel happiness after listening their just answer about the silly things, about the small things they will talk about, their happiness, right? So if you want to create your own happiness, be like a child. It means that your heart should be like a child, right? Happiness is about not achieving big things, big cars or big dreams. It is all about sharing small things with your family, with your loved ones. So I want to ask everyone that you have two choices in your life, either to be happy or to be unhappy. So what you will prefer?
To be happy.
Happy.
Okay.
To
So,
be happy.
oh, that's great. So who decides that you shall be happy or unhappy?
Myself.
I will.
Yeah, that's correct. We, means our thoughts decides our happiness, right? And I want to tell you, it is scientifically proven that our thoughts can change our genes, right? So if you're thinking happy things in your mind, obviously you will become more happy. So why some people are happy and why some people are unhappy? The reason is that the people manufacture their own happiness by thinking unhappy thoughts, by negative thoughts, by comparing with others, right? By making huge goals which cannot be achieved. We need to understand we are human. We have one life. We cannot achieve everything, right? We need to understand that. Apart from that, when you are unhappy, it will lead to resentment, ill will, and hate, right? So how to produce happiness in life? It is a simple and achievable process. Just make a habit to be happy. God has given us a power to create our own happiness. Remember, thoughts can change your genes, right? Happiness habit is developed by simply practicing happy thinking, right? Before going to bed, remember all your happy thoughts in your past, right? Make the list of happy thoughts. Someone has appraised you, say you want something, right? Some good moments with your family. And you should always picturize their thoughts in your mind, so that when your unhappy thoughts will come into your mind, that will get replaced by your happy thoughts, right? Start believing in God. When you start believing in God, you will get positive vibes. You will get confidence on yourself, right? Why? When you get unhappy, you will start worrying about the future. And when you incline spiritually, you will start feeling the positive vibes. You will be more confident. Start looking at the people who are far below than you. Like, for example, there are some people who have lost their eyes. They cannot walk. They are orphan, right? But still they are happy. But you have everything, but still you are not happy, right? So we need to understand that we have to have faith in our God, and we should be obliged to our God that God has given us everything, right? He will take us to a new height. He wants us to achieve success. Believe in God. For example, in this situation, how I keep myself happy. Since last 6 months, I have not gone out of my house. I have not traveled. I am so fond of traveling. I am so fond of playing cricket. But still, I am happy. How? Because I am doing something new in my life, what I love. I started cooking food, right? I started calling people. I started talking, interacting with people on WhatsApp, video call, with our beloved family members, with our friends. That makes me happy. Sometimes I watch motivational videos. That makes me happy. I write a small goal for myself, that which I can complete my goals on a particular day. That makes me happy. That makes me self-confident, right? For example, when I deliver a very good speech, I feel happy. and my mentor Jack will feel happy for me. That means that you need to spread happiness by helping other people as well. So last, I want to say the most important thing is to enjoy your life. The most important thing is to enjoy your life, to be happy. It's that all matters.
Thank you, Shakti. And I guess your mentor and everybody is happy now after listening to your speech. So I would like to ask, Prakash, are you there? You want to highlight some points from Shakti's speech? Or we can move ahead.
No.
Are you saying something?
Prakash,
Okay.
either it could be yes or no. Speak up.
No.
Okay. So now I would like to invite our next speaker, who is Kundan. Kundan, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, Kundan, please go ahead.
So today my chapter is raise your level of expectancy. I believe God is unlimited in the ability. There are two things that can work in our lives. And believe and agreement
Your
with
voice
God.
is not audible.
Not audible.
1 minute I am using.
Please mute yourself.
Prakash, mute yourself.
Now am I audible?
Kundan, yeah, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. So raise level of expectancy. Raise your level of expectancy. If you have vision of victory in your life, for your life, you can raise it to an higher level. Now there is no doubt that every aspect in every area of human psychology and spirituality all agree that your life and mine will follow our expectation. What we expect in life generally is what we get. So if you and I do well on positive thought, on the thing that we want to see happen in our life, and really do well on the meditate on them, believing for higher level of income, believing for that make the perfect mate for you, believing that your children are absolute going to make a hug difference in the world. If we fail, if we feel our subconscious mind, if we feel our subconscious mind those kind of thought and do well on them over a standard period of time, you watch and see how much higher your life and mine will be climbed. We have to do move in just a few millimeters in the right direction and our life completely change. So if you will enlarge your vision, raise your level of expectancy, I will guarantee that you are going to come up higher, you are going to be, you are going to get those things. uh, I will be very excited about that, because together be and me to make a big difference and help others makes. Thank you.
Thank you, Kundan, for your speech. And now I would like to invite our next presenter, who is Ajay. So, Ajay?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So let's welcome Ajay on stage.
Give me 1 second, Pallavi. My roommate is asking something. So I will be back in 1 second, huh? And then I will present.
Should I pass this chance, or you will be coming?
No,
back?
not at all. Just 1 second. He's calling me for something. I will listen.
Sure. Okay, sure.
Sorry.
Then after Ajay's speech, Ashutosh, you can invite me on the stage.
Done. I will do that.
Thank you, Ashutosh.
You're welcome.
Sorry, it was something he needed. All right, I'm back. Can you guys see me okay? First, that I have
Yes.
to check with you. I have problem with.
Yes,
Cool.
Bhaiya.
Cool. Some people achieve extraordinary things in life. Some don't. The difference lies in one success ingredient. Can anybody tell what is that one thing that all successful people have in common? Anybody? Sakti, can you tell what is the one ingredient that all successful people have in common?
Faith in God.
What?
Positive
thinking.
mindset.
Positive
mindset.
Asutosh, what? Positive mindset.
Positive mindset.
Commitment,
Positive thoughts.
hard work, passion. These all are great examples. These all are great examples for success ingredient. But when you zero down these all success ingredients, it comes down to one thing. And guess what? What is that one thing? That one thing is called self-belief. Self-belief. What a beautiful word it is, self-belief. It is the foundation on which entire castle can be built. Self-belief. You may ask, what is self-belief? We have heard this term from our parents, from our family, be positive, have self-belief. But remember what? When you go for an interview, you have a lot of negative thoughts in your mind. What if I don't succeed? You have doubts, you have fears, and you have to overcome that. And I'm somebody who speaks on a topic which is very close to my heart. I can vouch for self-belief because I have an unwavering self-belief. You may ask how self-belief is built, right? How self-belief is built. Every one of us wants to be positive in life. Everybody wants to be successful in life, right? When we see successful people, we think that they have extraordinary talent. No, not at all. They have extraordinary self-belief. And today I will tell you how to develop that unwavering self-belief, unshakable self-belief. Number one, you all are what you believe. And how you build that belief system based upon the information you feed in mind. Information from all the sources. So the number one fact, if you want to develop an unwavering self-belief, is regulate all the information you feed in mind. There are already a lot of negative information you have already in mind. You can't empty those. So make sure that from tomorrow, whatever you are feeding in mind through 5 senses, regulate that information. And I'm sure you all know what are those 5 senses, right? Through which you feed the information. Number 2, very important, inside every human being, inside Zach, inside Pallavi, inside me, there exists a God. There exists an almighty power who wants us to be magnificent, who wants us to be beautiful. Understand that if he is with you, I heard this from Bible. Tell God, if you are with me, then who can be against me? If you are with me, then who can be against me? That was my number 2. Number 3, and very important, get rid of inferiority complex. Zach may be tall, Pallavi may be smart, Sakti may be a good public speaker. All of us have something to offer to, right? Understand that we all are unique. That is how you will be getting rid of fear of inferiority complex, that I cannot get A grade, I have this ability to get C grade. The moment you start believing yourself, getting rid of all the inferiority complex, then that will be a day you will stand for yourself. Number 3, and I do that, very important. Whenever you get a negative thought, try to cancel out with the positive thought, right? When you go for an interview, definitely you will be having a negative thought that what if I fail? Right? And that is very genuine. When you go for interview, there are hundreds of candidates going for the same position, right? I do that. When I go for an interview, I get this. If I don't, then I tell like, Ajay, you are a champion. You will nail it. They have not hired us because you are the right candidate. Fill out with all the positive energy. So that was my number 3. Number four, always compare what could be the best and what could be the worst. What could be the best? What could be the worst? For example, when you grow up in India, you have heard this, you should be getting married when you are young, right? What if you are not getting married when you are young, right? What if you're not getting married? There are hundreds and thousands of children or kids or single women. They need love. You can go and you can love them, right? For that, you don't have to get married all the time. And how you will be developing those great self-belief when you understand who you are, when you understand what is the purpose of life. So that was my number 4. When you get up every morning, try to ask yourself a question. If today were the last day of my life, what is the one thing I'm going to stand out for? Understand who you are. The moment you understand why you are on this planet, you will be having unwavering self-belief. Nobody can stop you, guys. I can proudly tell that. If you believe you can move the mountain, you will. If you can't believe, you cannot. Either you attend my personality development group, either you attend any motivational seminar. In fact, history has great examples. Steve Jobs, when he entered into Apple in 1991, everyone was against him. He has believed that the only way to succeed is to cut down the product line from 91 to 3. A lot of people thought that he will fail miserably, but he has the self-belief. He stood for what is right. The day you have a self-belief, the entire crowd will follow you. So today, if you forget everything from my speech, what I talk, I don't care. I'm absolutely fine. But remember this, always have an unwavering self-belief. Over to you, Palvi.
So, Ajay, I just want to add that after listening to your speech, I am saying that Aham Brahmasmi Mahe Bhavan.
What?
Aham Brahmasmi.
Yeah.
God.
I am God.
Now it's time to invite our next presenter, who is Pallavi. So Pallavi, now stage yours.
Thank you, Ashutosh. So today I'm going to present the chapter 4 of this book. It's all about the power of prayer. So let me begin with an example. It is a beautiful Monday morning and I have decided to wear my favorite dress for office. So because I have an important meeting today, and I walked out from my apartment, and what I have seen that my office cab is waiting on the other side of road. So I started walking towards my cab. Suddenly a bus came in its full speed and it is going to hit me. Somehow the driver managed to pull the brakes and I survived a road accident. So what is going to be the first thought or the first word from my mouth which I'll say? That thank God for saving my life. Another thing, if someone has lost their job or if he or she is facing any challenge in their life, so what will be the question in your mind? That why God it happens to me? Why God me? And if we hear a very good news, suppose Ajay has purchased a new house in America, so what will be our reaction? Oh my God, it is true. Is it true? Oh my God, congratulations. So therefore, what we can see that directly or indirectly, we have the God in our conversations, in our fear, in our anxiety, in our happiness, in all our other emotions, we have the reference of God. So why not to pray to Him every day and to understand the power of prayer? Praying to God is a manifestation of energy. Even God is the source of energy. the sun, the atoms, or the any other thing in this planet is the source of energy, and God resides in our heart. So when we are praying to God, actually we are recharging ourselves. We are utilizing that energy which is in the universe. There are many benefits of praying. It improves your physical as well as your mental health. Also, it gives you positive energy, it gives you hope, it gives you peace. So pray more and worry less. There are 3 steps which one should follow. Like they are prayerize, picturize, and actualize. So prayerize means creating a daily virtual practice of praying to God. And picturizing means then when you are praying to God, you should picturize all those things why you are praying to God. Even if you are thanking Him, that thank you God for all the things I have in my life, so you should actually visualize those things. That okay, I have this thing, I am thanking God for this particular thing. And last is actualize. By praying and by picturizing and using your hard works and skills, you are actually going to make those things happen in your life, actualizing those things. So important thing is like pray for the people whom you don't like or the people who have mistreated you, because resentment is the barrier between you and the spiritual power. And never be negative while praying. So I would also like to share one personal implementation of related to this chapter. 25 days back, my father-in-law was tested COVID positive. He was going to his office regularly. Other than him, there were around 7 family members who have been infected by this virus. So this was a kind of tense situation. We were stressed out, and we were consulting doctors, following all the advisory medicines and the thing which doctor advised apart in addition to exercising or practicing yoga. So all those things were there. But what was the one common thing which was running through every member of family was that everybody was praying to God. And I was here and I was praying to God. So what I realized is when you pray, you get positive thoughts. From the first day itself, I was sure that everything is going to be fine. So what I did, I prayerized that, okay, please God, everything should be fine. And I wish all the good health of all my family members. Second is, while praying, I was picturizing those things that everything is going to be fine and actualizing. So now everything is fine. He is again back. He has again joined back his office. So praying really helps. And another point is, I have also mentioned in the last week that share all your things in front of God. He is going to forgive each and everything. So instead of talking to another friend or sharing with someone else, why not share everything with God? And pray, it is not necessary to pray in the early morning or pray in the evening, or whenever and wherever you get chance, pray. If you are having a rough day, you are sitting outside cabin of your manager. So what you can do, you can pray at that time. Okay, hey God, I am having this rough day today, and these things happen. You can normally converse. So in that way, you are actually emptying your whole mind. And for the beginners who are new to praying, or listening is the first step of praying. So, and my personal suggestion is try to visit temples, church, or any other sacred places often. And when you will go there, you will feel another kind of positive energy or the vibes. Me and Shakti have traveled almost maximum sacred places in India. And when we stay there, we feel that power, and you pray there or you meditate, you can actually feel that power. So praying is at last I want to summarize, praying is a powerful weapon. Just utilize it. We are the human beings, only living organisms in this planet who has this privilege to pray in front of God. So why not to use it? And now over to you, Ajay. Control.
Thank you so much, Pallavi. Last
Thank you,
time I have
Pallavi.
presented this chapter, so I'm able to recall all those points which I have presented last time, like
Exactly.
pairize, actualize, and picturize.
True. I think Pallavi, great job. I loved it. Loved your energy and all the gestures. That came really nice, and I was able to relate. She was the last presenter, and we have a couple of announcements to make. Where's that? And I have a couple of announcements to make, so I will make that, and then we can have a poll. We have a few more minutes left. So you all know that by this time that what is the vision of our group, and I was having a conversation with Zach yesterday when we were on the lunch. So here is the thing. Here is the thing which I wanted you to understand. This is not a book reading club. First of all, we are here to develop entire personality. All right. So when it comes to personality, it is not all about the communication skills. It is about having sales skills. It is having negotiation power, of positive thinking, everything. So that is why I have decided right now to think one step beyond, one step above right now. So right now we are reading all great books, So from next week going forward, we will not be having book club meeting every week. That makes sense to you? So sometime it will be a book reading club. Sometimes it will be working on fundamental of English language. Sometimes it could be working on how to develop likable personality. Sometimes it could be understanding what are the good management skills. So there are a bunch of topics which I have listed down yesterday night, which I will share with this group, and we will act accordingly. We will have a meeting accordingly like that. So if you feel that those meetings are not really helpful for you, then you are always welcome to drop off from that meeting. All right. And when you feel that that is not helping, then you can come and join all the book club meetings. So that was one call out. So there will be structural changes in an entire meeting, which I'm working on right now, that you will be communicated by probably early next week. That is what is on my calendar. For next week, we have a book club, but after that format will change. So that was a call out number one. Call out two, I would like to give a shout out to two club members over here who has achieved extraordinary success with 100% attendance. And I vouch, I admire on their hard work, on their punctuality. So number one on my list is Adarsh Raj. I would request everybody to have a class for Adarsh Raj, 100% attendance, because I don't have even I don't have 100%. And second is
Ajay, I am also having 100%.
That's what I told. Second on my list is Sakti Sagar Singh. He is also having 100% and great commitment. So you will be given a token of appreciation from our end, and that will be emailed to you very shortly. So that was number two. Number three is if you are with us, that means that you have the same belief what I have. You have the same belief what Zach have. So you have to be more accountable. I don't have to tell that share goals, come prepared or whatever. I mean, we have moved way beyond that. So I would request, it's a humble request to move past all the excuses, whatever you are giving to this group. That is not going to work. And if you feel that it is too much, you cannot cope up with the pace, definitely our doors are always open. Or if you want to go out, I don't have any problem, to be honest with you. I want to help, but at the same time you have to understand that you have to believe in what I believe, right? If you want to stay with us, Zach can also agree with me on that. So I understand everybody has commitment, but you have to understand what is the purpose and why we are meeting over here. This is not a fun picnic or drama that we do on Sundays. All right, at least it is not for me. If I have to do picnic, I will go and do boating in the country. I will not sit here and give a speech on how to develop self-belief. All right, anything else, Pallavi, would you like to add? You are seeing something which I missed. Pallavi, I'm asking you.
Yeah, no, Ajay. I have nothing to add on. You have already summarized and made the announcement. Now you can go for the poll.
Yeah, I can go for the poll. Give me 1 second and the poll will be ready. All right. I have to set it up.
Meanwhile, those presenters who are not able to present today or yesterday, they can share their video recording on the group.
Pallavi, can you send me a list of all the presenters who have presented today in chat messages so that I can have poll ready really quick?
Just a minute, I'm sorry. How is everyone with this new meeting timing? Everybody is fine, or someone is facing some challenge?
I am fine with this new time.
I like it. It gets it like me up earlier and done earlier in the day on the US side. So yeah.
Yeah, for me also it's fine. And what about others? Others and
Yeah, it's
Hira?
okay.
It's fine, no problem. I have some problem, but I try to join this time.
Yeah, you can. You already shared that you have a shop. Your shop closes by like 6 p.m.
I'll be every Saturday and Sunday 6 to 7 p.m.
For Sunday only it's 6 p.m. For Saturday it's 8 p.m. because like Dilip and others were having problem for Saturday. That's why.
Sure, ma'am.
Polls are ready by this time. I will launch it, and you have an opportunity to think the best speaker, and you can vote for them. All right, you can see the polls on your screen at this point. I will give a few more seconds for people to vote for it. Interesting. Perfect. It is my honor and privilege to present Best Speaker Award to Pallavi. She is our best speaker for today, and you will be provided a certificate of appreciation from this group. So I will end this. Anything else? Anybody has anything which they would like to share or any concerns? Really quick. Or we are good. All right. So I assume everything is going well. All right. And I will let everybody go right now and have a great rest of the day. Have a great rest of the night. See you guys soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.